I would call him the door illusionist.
All right. I think I've got the map back, and I think we're live probably at a new URL, but what you gonna do? Visiting with the angel. This will be fun to put together later.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm back up and running in terms of recording and video, so we can continue.
All right.
Is there a new link?
So the angel raise continues. I would love to make a deal, whether I could provide you with information or service or what have you.
See, I'm a little worried about the concept of a deal or service from somebody in a magic circle. You might be a demon. So if we could just do things above board and not any, signing in blood things, that would be great.
Oh, of course not. He seems a little taken aback. He looks over at Lord Marlin. You, sir, you look like you have the White Sparrow look to you. Lord Marlin kind of looks up from his book briefly and then goes back to his book.
Wow, must be a great book. Where's the crown? Can you help us with the crown? What do you know about the crown?
What is the friend? I'll tell you about the crown and you will let me free.
You really seem to want to make a deal out of this whole thing, and that's getting me a little worried.
I seek freedom. I don't know how long I have been down here. I served Queen Rachel White Sparrow for many years. It was a wonderful partnership, but it was the last time I see her, she was quite elderly. She was ailing. I hope that she passed away peacefully, but I suspect that she being the only person that knew of my presence here, I've been a bit forgotten about for quite some time, and I'm eager to get back into things.
So you were happy enough to be trapped by her for 70 years, and that was all fine.
Look, I see things, I know things, I am happy to provide advice.
Can I look at this obelisk or something that's on the far side of the chamber and see what it says?
Instructions. Yeah. Do not promise this.
Do not break in case of emergency.
You give me some kind of... So you're looking at it, cool cat?
Yeah, trying to see what it says, and if you want me to roll something, DM?
With your eyes, both of them?
Enormous
yes,
mascot
I would like
eyes.
to look at this thing to see if it is a list of instructions of don't let this guy out, he's really bad or whatever.
All right, there is a stone rock. Stone rock. There is a
stone rock.
There is a stone.
When the Flintstone Predators got real lazy.
Yeah, a boulder-sized boulder. There is a large stone slab in the corner. It's got kind of a slight angle to it. It seems like it probably there's a bunch of kind of writing implements on it. It looks like it probably served as like an improvised writing desk. And in fact, there's some ancient pieces of parchment there that look like they might be notes that someone jotted down, but they're very old. Cool cat, you just looking at them, worried that picking them up with your giant mascot hands, they might crumble into pieces, but they're there. You want to pick them up?
No.
Oh. Good adventuring. Yes, and
I'll look at them real close. Does that help?
All right, you look at them. You get your eyes right up next to them. You look at them. They seem to be various notes, presumably from Queen Rachel White Sparrow, about they're kind of boring bureaucratic regal things about how to sell grain for and what the forecast for the next growing season will be, and that no signs of future assassination attempts, but various crop reporting advice that a noble might need to successfully run a kingdom.
I'm known as the Wise. Should I take a look and see if I can reveal more information?
You could try.
Well, it is what I'm known
Seems
for.
real boring to me. Karakon, you look. Yeah. Sounds like you.
So I roll a 20.
How many joke characters? How many joke characters would we bring to this adventure?
I mean,
I
depends on
gotta-
the definition.
In meeting my character's name, I got a 6. So I'm like, hey, that looks like a lot of bunch of 8 in there, huh?
Told you.
Yeah, they looks real old, Karrakin.
Very, very old.
I just want
Why
to
are
look
all
and
these
see.
children crying?
Are there-
Please, friends. What can I do to move things along?
You could
I
tell
have
us
a
where that
question.
crown is.
You've been here 70 years. I think you can wait 5
No,
minutes.
70 plus hundreds.
Yeah, no, it's been hundreds.
Oh, don't tell him it's been hundreds of years. He might get mad.
It's been
doesn't-
hundreds of years.
He's lost track of time.
I assume to set you free, we need to do something to disrupt the chalk circle. Is doing that? Is there a specifically safe way to do that won't harm any of us in the doing of it? I know that sometimes diffusing magic can be tricky.
Oh, I think it should not be you could just brush it aside with your foot. I think even if you just reached out and grasped my hand and pulled me across it, we would be all right.
I'm looking at the parchment to see if there are any blank pages that are in decent shape.
Sure.
I take some.
All right, you have some ancient paper.
Yes. More
Add that to your
rubbings.
character sheet.
Should Samson? Hey, Samson, maybe you should take a look at this desk too. I feel like you may have some arcane knowledge we lack about reading.
While I may
words.
not be as wise as you, I have certain skills.
You are as wise as I am. And
Oh
live.
no. I mean, oh no. I will do
Oh,
an
no.
perception or arcana or history. History sounds good.
You would learn different things from different. There's probably not a historical significance of this slab.
It's becoming trivial
Well,
pursuit.
I'm gonna do
Arts and leisure.
investigation.
You would learn different things from different checks.
Well, I can do as many checks as it takes.
As many as you can do quickly before I get bored.
I got 23 on arcana.
There is nothing arcane or magical about this big
Whoa.
stone slab.
Wow.
There's
Then-
nothing going on with it.
I do perception check and I get 22.
It seems like it was probably just a rock where somebody would sit and write. The angel in the circle says, I remember when Queen Rachel would sit there and we would talk for hours and I would give her advice and she would ask me good questions and we would talk about everything. She would sit there and jot down her notes and run off to rule and hopefully my advice would steer her well and she'd come back and we'd talk more. Feels like just yesterday.
It was not.
What's Lord Marlin doing in all of this? Has he? I mean, he's
He
her
is-
descendant.
He is frantically looking through his book trying to understand what the hell is going on.
Do I find the angel trustworthy?
Insight.
Insight?
Insight check. Insight check.
Let me-
I rolled a 7.
Yeah, seems great.
I think that's told us something.
Again, we're looking for this crown. If you could tell us
Look!
anything about it, that would be great.
Oh, sir, what is your name?
I am Karong.
My pleasure. Again, Rays. I assure you, you are getting very close to this crown. I think I know the crown of what you speak of. Clearly, you're a brave adventurer who's traveled quite some time and defeated many things. You are but steps away
Oh, great.
from the final resting
So
place
let's go there.
of King Levent White Sparrow. You
Point
simply need to head to the east. I will even warn you that I believe that there are some spirits that still linger there and may wish not to be disturbed. I give you this advice because I hope that you will have a safe and prosperous journey and carry on the good name of the White Sparrow family. It is to
That
be,
sounds
sir.
great.
Great.
I
Let's
think
I
go.
would like to
should,
free this.
Perhaps I could accompany you and
I would like to free
serve
this
you in
guy.
battle.
Krong,
let's talk
I
about
think we
it.
should. I think we should catch this
Krong
guy on the way
already-
back.
Krong already said he was going to do it. I'm
Not
standing right
when.
here. I think
I
one of
feel-
the two
You
of
didn't
us
say
is going
when.
to kick.
I think I'm good with
He
it.
said he
I
would come
meant
with
now.
us.
Listen,
Oh,
my name is
I
the Wise, and I'm saying I think we should catch this guy on the way back after we got the crown.
I'm moving to the back corridor.
He's listening to
gonna-
children. He
Samson, what do you think?
Um,
Excellent.
I
I'm hanging out
think-
with Pascal here.
this seems too clean.
It looks
I'm
I-
ready to take. I am
Even-
ready to take. the
Even
risk.
if this is a demon, I don't feel great about him being locked in isolation for hundreds of years.
Same.
But is that going to make you happier?
Yeah.
Then we could just leave him, and he would be even happier.
No.
Okay, Cool Cat gets out his bagpipes
Oh,
and
boy.
plays a
we
little
go.
song while watching our new friend closely to see his reaction to Cool Cat playing the bagpipes. I'm
It
gonna
looks
roll
like
it.
he loves it, and
up.
we decide to kill him.
I'm gonna roll performance. I rolled an 18 on performance, Tony. What happens?
He seems to kind of nod his head appreciatively.
Evil!
he's a
know,
monster.
Evil!
He's definitely evil.
it's not my thing, but I could see. It's hard. I assume musical taste have evolved.
I like this angel. It's not my thing, but I can see why your kids like it. Yeah.
What is this? Dubstep? Ah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Angel in here.
It's one of Tony's many voices.
love it.
Yeah, I got New York Goblin. I got
Yeah, Brooklyn
Boston
cab
Kobold.
driver. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Krong, I think it's true
Lord-
role
Lord-
playing if you
Lord-
just free him. I think it really
Lord,
is.
Lord Marlin finally looks up for the book. The book really does not cover what to do here. I'm in and out of my element. To think my whole life I have lived in this keep, and this is going on in my basement. I don't like it.
All right.
So
He doesn't
confusing.
like it.
None of my royal training prepared me for this. He starts over at the front of the book again.
Well, Lord White Sparrow, I hope Rays does not have a huge grudge against your family because I'm kicking through this circle. Kick, kick, kick.
I will
Right.
All right.
as well, so that it's not just Krong taking.
You
the brunt
kick
for
through the
this.
circle, and Rays steps forward and steps out of the circle. And as he does, he transforms. He is a good 2 feet taller. His skin takes on a red complexion. His wings kind of shed their white, glowing feathers and take on just a shining luminescence of bat wings. Strange little horns protrude from his forehead, and he's just stretching and
I'm not judging. I'm
Good.
standing next to a bugbear who's my friend.
I'm
Aw, thank
so
A little
cooped
hot.
up in there. I don't know whether to head back to Farathon, Lair of the Nine Hells, or just walk around this world and find some souls to feast upon. Really, really appreciate that. Oh, wow. Here, again, I just can't thank you enough. He kind of just, you're not sure where he pulled it from, but he's suddenly a wand that he just kind of tosses in your direction, Krong.
Well,
Do you
thanks.
catch it?
I don't know. What do I roll? I try to catch
no,
it.
you catch it.
Okay.
So you do.
Your giant
It appears to
hands.
be a wand. It's a little stick with magical things in it.
It flies
perhaps
over
somebody-
in slow motion, and I catch it like in a John Woo movie.
Nice. Several doves fly by in the background.
He's not undead, right?
Nope, he's an infernal. Reyes looks around and says, well, unless there's anything else to be determined, no one was looking to pledge years of servitude. Lord Marlin, you're lucky. Terms of limitations, I can tell it must have been several hundred years. Otherwise, we'd be much closer. Anything else, or I'll be going.
Crown.
He said over to the east. You said a couple
Yes.
spirits guarding it.
Yep. Best of luck. He traces like a large oval in there, and there's a gust of fire, and he steps through a portal, and it snaps shut.
I say goodbye in primordial. I assume maybe he speaks it. I don't know.
I'm sure nothing bad will ever come of this.
Not that we'll know of.
No, because we're
Still
going to
these
die.
children.
Fine with this.
Why are there still these crying?
Well,
The children are still
Lord
crying.
Lord White Sparrow, we got rid of the demon in your basement.
Pretty good.
Are we the good guys here?
Absolutely.
Sure, we freed somebody.
Yep.
Okay.
Says a
Just
horrible
because
monster.
someone is a demon does not mean they are inherently evil.
Yeah,
Slavery is wrong.
They were
He
trapped.
did mention the feasting on the souls or
I'm
something.
Or he goes
sure
home.
They
He
c-
very clearly walked into hell, so he decided not to do that. So everything's cool.
Demons got to eat.
Hmm
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
don't deny him his nature.
I say to Lord White Sparrow, when you ask if we are the bad guys, if you mean your ancestors, it looks like yes.
Look, you can't choose family. All I can do is learn from their mistakes.
I'm not
I-
judging you. I'm just saying.
I'm just
I
judging
have
your entire
never-
lineage.
I have never sacrificed a child. I have not engaged the
Always make
services
sure
of a
they're
demon.
18. Check that ID.
I have not engaged the services of a demon for advice. I mean, honestly, I've been kind of criticized for being a bit hands off, but I feel like, if anything, I've gained perspective here that maybe I'm the best ruler White Sparrow has ever had.
It's,
That
po-
is
it's
possible.
possible. Yeah,
It's possible.
I'll give you that.
Hmm.
Let's hear it
So
for
far-
benign neglect.
So far, you're ahead.
I slap him on the back.
To the east.
All right. Next up, the first Lord's tomb. That crown, it's got to be near. I can taste it.
Don't
That's
taste
the
crown.
sentient wine, I think.
You know, that sentient wine did taste pretty good. I had some of it as we walked past. Not bad.
All of your fillings have left.
Oh no, my fangs.
Yeah, they've moved to another dimension. All right, so you leave the strange chamber of the angel / not an angel,
Not an angel.
where it was imprisoned. You leave Angel Jail, head east to what you hope is the last stop on your tour of the crypts. Do you want to move your token to the law east on the map?
I do.
Yeah.
You could write a new edition of that book, Lord White Sparrow.
I am thinking some histories are best
All right.
left untold.
We don't have to put in everything. The wine part sounds interesting, at least.
Yes, I mean, that was only like 85 years ago. Is that history?
Could be the
Yes.
wine spectator.
If you write it down now while it's not history, the people in 500 years will appreciate you having done so when you knew what was going on. It will
All right,
become history.
Krong leads the way.
Philosophical,
The cave-like passage opens into a large chamber, and you can see in the darkness some kind of structure in the middle of that chamber. Is unlit.
I got dark vision.
You got dark vision.
I've got a glow
So-
ring.
Looking out ahead of you, the cave has opened up into this large cavern. You hear the sound of running water, and it looks like there's a small waterfall at the back of the chamber, flowing into kind of a pool in the middle of the chamber. And in the middle of that pool is a stone mausoleum. It's almost like it's got a natural moat around it. The stone door stands closed at the front of the mausoleum, and you can see carved into it, even in the faint light, the form of an elderly, brooding man. Several tall, cracked statues stand amid loose rubble around the mausoleum. Each one looks kind of like they've got kind of the look of a knight or a warrior. It is quiet.
Would you say the water is running all the way around the thing?
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you questioning the water physics in this level?
I'm questioning how likely it is there's a vampire in there.
Oh.
Yep. Same.
Oh.
Yeah, Reed Coral is immediately. I've spent my entire life studying the undead. This worries me.
Me too. You should have some fun.
Adventures, your next move?
Um,
I'm going to
Walking
step
up to a
forward next to
statue.
Krong.
All right. Krong advances into the room. The floor of this chamber is weird. It seems to be kind of just, there's lots of loose rocks and gravel and rubble at places.
What is this
unclear.
ceiling like?
It's hard to say. It's far above you. It's this kind of big cavern. You see some stalactites, or they might be stalagmites, but they're not.
They're hanging from the ceiling.
What's up
Yeah.
with the statue? Tell me all
Someone
about
could-
it.
Stalagmites.
Someone could have broken them off the
might be on the
ground.
ceiling, but they're not. Yeah.
Someone could have broken them off the
Reattached.
ground and stuck them on the ceiling.
Yeah,
don't know that.
just some weird,
mess us up.
you know. Yeah, let me tell you the backstory of that, because every weird thing in Dungeons & Dragons has a weird backstory. Long ago, there was a war between wizards, and one of the wizards hated stalactites but loved stalagmites. So he went through this cavern, he removed all the stalactites and he threw those away. But then he discovered this cavern didn't do good without stalactites, so he took half of the stalagmites and he sawed them off, and he used hot glue to attach them to the ceiling. So they are still technically stalagmites that just happen to be at the top of this cavern.
Lord White Sparrow's book has a whole
They're tight
chapter just on the stalactite situation.
Yeah.
I suspect that this is, in fact, this is my specialty as a sorcerer, is detecting stalagmites.
Lord Marlon White Sparrow is looking through the seasons, just, oh my gosh, my ancestors spent a fortune on converting stalagmites to stalactite. Our kingdom was, oh god, there was like decades of recession because of how much money we spent on one unlicensed wizard to come in and do all this contracting work.
But it does explain why the stalagmite manufacturers are so rich in this town. What's up with the statue? I'm looking at it. Come on.
Are you saying that to me or to Lord Marlon White
To you.
Sparrow? Oh, okay.
Might be in the book.
So you study the each of the statues as you were looking at them, Krong. They appear to be slightly different. They all appear to depict kind of a knight who's standing there with a sword and a shield, looking kind of powerful and majestic. And each of the statues you can see is clearly kind of depicts a different person, as if they're depicting specifically 6 different knights that presumably had some connection to King Lavendus White Sparrow, First Lord White Sparrow.
I want to look at this this tomb. I don't want to cross the water, but I want to look at it.
All right.
So my favorite enemy is the undead, which means I can do survival checks related to them. Can I
Nice.
do a sense and see if I notice any trace of them in this chamber?
All right. I don't know how that works. Also, I
don't
will point
know.
out, I handed you a wand that no one knows what to do.
Oh yeah, I got this thing. Anybody understand it?
Well, I am the wise.
Oh great.
Let me do a perception or some kind of check.
Arcana?
Do it. No.
Huh?
Do a wisdom check. Make him
All right.
do it.
Oh boy.
This is gonna
I'm
go
not even
great.
trying. I just assume I don't know.
This is gonna go great. 18. I told you I was wise.
Karakin, you study this and you recognize this otherwise extinguishable twig as a wand of enemy detection. This wand has several charges to it. While holding it, you use an action and expend a charge, and you have to speak like a magic word that you would know by knowing that it's a wand of enemy detection. And for the next minute, you know the direction of the nearest creature hostile to you within 60 feet.
Oh,
You don't know its exact distance. You just know the direction.
seems
So it's like it's a compass that points to the nearest hostile creatures.
Evil.
It might be us, depending
evil.
on how how much you keep going on about those kids.
Yeah,
Oh.
Krog. It's just, it could even sense the presence of ethereal, invisible, disguised, hidden, as well as those in plain sight. Why would you use the wand if there's hostile creatures in plain sight?
Does it light them up? Can you see them then, or you just know they're in some
It-
direction?
It's just like it points in them. It points in the
I see.
direction.
So it's a dowsing rod for evil.
Buzzing rod for evil.
I heard this would be wise.
Evil or enemies?
Oh,
Enemies.
I'm sorry.
Enemies.
Hmm.
So
My
creatures that are
apologies.
hostile to you, which
That's
could be possibly angels now that you've freed a demon. So you know,
They don't need to know about it. Don't tell anybody.
way
write
to
that
pick
book.
sides in the Great War
Don't
is
write
what
that
I'm
book.
saying.
I think if we ask for forgiveness, it's all good.
The wand of enemy detection has 7 charges. Every morning at dawn, it regains several charges. If you use up all the charges, there's a chance that it disintegrates. You should probably decide this is a powerful object that you picked up in this adventure. It requires attunement, but I think theoretically
Takes an hour.
Any creature could use this.
I mean, a short rest for an hour might not be a bad idea. So we could use some hit dice before we open up a water-surrounded tomb.
It's a good idea.
Wise.
Yeah.
And then somebody Krong can attune to his wand of eneminess.
Unless you want to give it to somebody else.
I'm happy to. If anyone's really desperate for it, I'm happy to.
I'm very wise. That's just been proven.
I don't think that has anything to do with the use of this item.
I would say, for lack of anything else, Krong kind of probably has the most claim to it. Krong was the one who led the charge on freeing a demon forever.
Yeah,
he's the one who gets the blame in
but
this
I don't
history.
really care for wands, so.
Should we invoke?
Do you guys think all demons are evil just because of their being demons? Do you think everybody from the 9 hells is evil? And I just go on like that for the entire short rest.
Sure.
I'm
actually listening intently.
I'd fall asleep.
I have never really thought about it. Now I'm thinking about it.
And another thing, the word humanoid, very human-centric, if you ask me.
Well, humans came up with it. What can you do?
Yeah. I don't think humans are even a race. You ever notice you get half elves and half orcs? I think humans are just everybody kind of mixed together. That's why they're so generic and boring.
Non-orcs? We should just call them non-orcs or non-elves.
Well, they're half humans usually, but we don't call them that, do we?
Norks.
Norks.
Where's
And
the
so the
half-elf,
hour
half-orc?
passes tensely as people are not sure what to do about Krong.
Krong has a tight 15 about humans. He likes to.
But it takes 45 minutes this time.
I'm rolling a hit dice because I am down.
All right.
And I suggest maybe
Karakin, I will point out, you are indeed, as Ray's diagnosed you, you are cursed. This is really bad as you continue to just hear the sounds of crying children.
I'm getting used to it a little bit, but
I think it's somewhat maddening, especially because none of your allies seem to be able to hear it. It's unsettling.
Do you think is any of my allies particularly good?
Can I
read
I mean, I know I did crappy on my original check about that, but is there something else I can?
If indeed he is cursed, removing a curse is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, the demon did tell me that. It was very nice of him to be clearly honest. You know, there's something about a curse when you know you're cursed and the voices aren't just in your head. It makes it all a little easier.
Is it all one voice? Can you distinguish like individual children?
It's a tiny chorus of children singing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's pretty bad. They're singing Christmas carols. I'm sorry,
as they're being tortured.
Eldritch carols.
I don't think we have Christmas.
Yeah, can we hear a few Eldritch carols where everyone sings them via Zoom?
The halls of
terror
with much better.
We hate our listeners.
Well, this episode's going out at Christmas.
Yeah,
it may.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween.
Oh, I kind of like that one.
Well, at least the children are in tune.
Can't wait for the big cliffhanger.
I'm trying to push us through.
And so you rest peacefully for an hour. Children sing inside Karakin's head while Krog rails against the human-centric nature of Dungeons and Dragons vocabulary, a game probably created by humans, let's be fair. But some of you spend hit dice and are feeling a little bit ready. Marlon White Sparrow is impatient. He's like, the crown, it has to be in there. We're so close.
Krong, you want to use your wand and find out where our nearest...
Now that it's attuned, I sure do.
All right, Krong, what is the magic word that activates the wand of enemy detect gets inside?
Okay, I'm going to stand there so that if any of these statues are the enemy, I will be able to tell the difference. Make up a magic word now. Portrait.
But say it.
I hold the wand aloft and say, portrait.
All right. The wand kind of as the wand like is moving like a dowsing rod as you're holding it out, as you get tugged in several directions, but then it points at the mausoleum, and as if you have activated, a horrible ghostly presence kind of seeps through the front of the mausoleum.
Ghost.
Yeah, Marlon Whitesparrow says, "Look, it's my great grandfather,
Turn
Lord
on dead.
Lavendus Whitesparrow."
Great.
But who takes the form of a horrible ghost. He is an ancient looking. You can only really see like the top half of him, kind of below his torso. There's just kind of like wispy green stuff, and he is looking at you with empty, evil eyes that seem intent on doing you harm. He screams, "Knights!" and 6 skeletons pour out of the walls around you.
I think the enemy, guys.
I think Reed Coral is our next combat with Turning Undead.
Oh yeah.
Will Turning Undead make quick work of these? What happens when you turn undead of the person who paid you to go on this quest to begin with? If they all die here in a tomb, will that be really convenient? It seems convenient. What a savings! And will anything happen to Krong or other people in the world because you just released a demon that had been imprisoned for centuries beneath Whitesparrow Keep? Seems like that should have some effect on something. For answers to some of these questions, but definitely not all of them, next time to Total Party Kill. There you go.
That was good. That was good. Good.
Made it to
That's a
the
good
end.
cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We
Point
will-
of question here. Short rest. Do I get hit points back during short rest? Do I roll?
I'm going to say you can't because you do not feel rested. Because,
First.
yeah, sorry. And normally, yes, but not when you are,
Cursed.
He's so cursed that short rests.
Oof.
Yeah, I'd say for now.
All right.
We'll see. Live stream, by the way, we'll be back with this story June 20th. June 20th.
Is that true?
Maybe the future.
June 20th.
The day before my mom's birthday.
At
Happy
noon.
your birthday.
Happy birthday in the
Renee.
future, Renee.
I'm going to go watch a bad movie.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that too. Oh, no.
I'm
I
gonna
ate
drink
the
some
pain.
wine.
I ate the pain last
Oh,
night
no.
for that.
Poop
My
emoji
children-
to that.
My children would wander by and look at the screen.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Daddy?
Mm.
It was great.
All
Be
right.
careful
Well,
of the wine, Annette.
I know. I'm
worried
Hopefully,
about
I
you.
don't get killed by wine or slapped.
and I will
think
put.
having a
I'm going to
ghost
take that risk.
king really puts the succession plan into chaos.
I think so.
Oh, here's. Yay.
I'm just
Yeah,
setting up
a
the
night
map for next
you.
time.
A
Don't
night-
mind me.
A night for you.
I appreciate that you were all afraid of statues. You should be.
Mhm.
That's why I went up and studied this one active. I'm like, this is not Dragon 4. This is a different world.
Statues are
Guy-
always bad, people. That's just life.